Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM, Season 4, Episode 17. And on tonight's agenda is our place in the Champions League. As you know, the one we are chasing. Check out the thumbnail. We aspire to win that trophy. In other news, though, we did have a few games to play since we absolutely monted Arsenal in the last episode. And Real Madrid, they keep trying to make us their feeder club. Not going to fucking happen, because once again, they are chasing one of our players. And that player is Anthony Martial. So, unsurprising really. They keep doing so much against about trying to buy our players, but they're not going to get him. Sources close to Martial have indicated that the player would be extremely interested in a move to Real Madrid, but I'll be honest, he's not come to me, he's not whinged or anything yet. If he does, you know the script, he'll be getting dropped. In other news, we have, of course, just give Donnarumma a run in a few games, and to be honest, he did really well, so much so that I was going to play him in today's game against Bestikas. However, in the last game, he did pick up an injury. It's only 2 weeks, so could be worse, let's be honest. So, yeah, shame for him, because I was about to give him a longer run in the team after De Gea made a mistake or two, but nonetheless, we've got De Gea. We're well covered in the goalkeeping position, so hopefully come back soon and be well, Donnarumma, but for now, you're going to have to sit the next couple out. Which leads me on to the schedule, and there was a little bit of a surprise fixture thrown into the mix, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and maybe when you're seeing where Martial had been watched by Quagliarella, I think it was, but you've seen that we'd beat Arsenal 6-0, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, no, I watched the game, it was 3-2. You're right, it was 3-2. The last game we were here, we beat Arsenal 3-2. We then went to Brentford in the FA Cup, and we won 4-0. Martial grabbing 2 goals, and he actually assisted the 2 goals for Marcus Rashford. A very easy ran game, nice and fast, jobs are good. And we then played at Bournemouth in the Premier League. They managed to knock in an own goal a little bit later on, but basically what happened here is they took the lead, and it was about the 54th minute, and at that point it was panic stations because they played a weaker team, so through on Dybala, a through on Paul Pogba, and the great thing here was you can see Paul Pogba's got an 8.8 rating, quite simply because he came on and assisted 2 goals. He came on and immediately Dybala scored within his first few touches of the ball. He then assisted Marcus Rashford, and in the meantime, they'd scored an own goal, so 3-1 winners. Of course, because we went through in the FA Cup, it did mean we had another game against Arsenal, and ordinarily, this late in the FA Cup against a big 4 team, big 5 team maybe, I would play that game live com. But of course, last night's episode was Arsenal, and I thought it would have been a bit crap for you guys to watch Arsenal one night and Arsenal the next night. We'll sometimes do it in the Champions League if it's big teams, later stages, but certainly between the league and the cup, I didn't think it was viable when you consider we had a quick look at how we'd been doing against Arsenal, and we always just smashed them. And the FA Cup was no different. Now, they did end up getting a man sent off, so it did play into the path a little bit, but as you can see, Paulo Dybala grabbed 4 goals. First time he's done that many goals, he's done very well. Fosu Mensah grabbed himself a goal. Martial grabbed 1 late on. Happy days. As we say, Martial then got touted by Real Madrid. Reckons his head might be turned a bit. He's not come to me yet, but if he does, as I say, he'll be getting dropped. So that's us done with the schedule. We are going to head over to the live com today, which is, of course, against Bestikas in the Champions League. But before I get there, something I've been thinking about, because I watch a few different content creators and they all have the different styles. Guys, 2D with 3D highlights. Do you like it? Would you prefer all 3D? I'm pretty sure no one would prefer all 2D. I don't think, and I'm sure as hell no one wants just commentary. But what do you reckon, 2D and 3D or all 3D? It's something I've never really considered, because personally I'm a player who's always played 2D with 3D highlights. It's a good mix for me, works quite well. But do you guys feel like you're missing a trick maybe if it's not all in 3D? Let me know, we can run it. I mean, right now, as you guys know, I run a Mac, or I think, I've mentioned it in the past. I am currently building a bit of a monster of a PC to solely run Football Manager. So going forward, I'm going to be able to play in 3D with literally everything on Ultra. However, I can still run 3D now, so just let me know, drop it in the comments, let me know what you guys think, that'll be awesome. But let's head straight over to game day. So here we are then, guys, on the match screen. Of course, we're playing Bestikas in the Champions League. Probably a lot harder teams to have got in the Champions League, but when we're pressing for this Champions League this season, an easy run to the final would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Because, we failed at the semi-final a couple of times and we don't really want to do it again. So, Bestikas today, and we will start with our team. I apologise now if I offend anyone who's a supporter of Bestikas, if any of these players are still playing, because I'm probably going to murder a right load of pronunciations here, but I'll give it my best shot. So they have Boyko in net, along with Mladenovic, Vega, Guganig, I think it is, and then Beck at right back. Then you have Hutchinson, Gokaninla, Ozbiliz will do fine. And then they have Sahan, Fabian and Benitez up top. Now, one thing that's interesting, it's the first time in this series, this Fergie Way, that I've seen someone who's playing a little bit of an asymmetric formation. So it's very interesting to see, and I'm hoping it's something that doesn't undo us, because looking at the way they're playing, it looks a bit awkward. Just looks awkward looking at it, but we'll see how they get on. So we'll move on to the United team. We've got De Gea in the sticks and Alaba on left back. Alaba and Sidibe have both been rested across the last few games. However, Romagnoli and Smalling haven't, but they've played very well in these last few games, so I didn't really want to split it up. We'll leave them in there. Bearing in mind I'm playing City in just 2 in-game days, or it's 3 games from now, but 2 days rest. I'm trying to keep some players fit for that game, but I don't think it's going to happen. But City are a big game to play, so we're going to have to do what we can do. We then have Pogba as the advanced playmaker, Ruben Neves as the defensive, and of course Sanchez now playing the deep line playmaker. Rodriguez starts today over Gomez, even though Gomez has been doing really well, but I am starting Rodriguez as an advanced playmaker himself on a supportive role, along with Dybala as a complete forward, and of course Rashford hanging on to that poacher's role, that young Sharpie, well I say young, I don't know, might be young, I might have done you a compliment there Sharpie, time will tell, but Sharpie recommended, and at the moment it's working quite well, so I'm basically don't really want to change it. So yeah, that's the teams. Moving to Roy's room of pain, so we can see that Sahan is carrying an injury, so no matter what, he's going to be getting a little bit of hard tackling as well. And as we go into the team talk, we're away from home, but passionately, I'm going to tell me I expect nothing but a win. It doesn't really do what I want it to, so as you know, I'm going to go for more greens. We do manage to get a load more greens with the exception of 2, so let's start the game. So yeah, 2D and 3D, so this is the way I've always played, guys. However, I do appreciate that some people want to see the whole game from multiple angles and everything else, so we can maybe look at it, drop it in the comments. If it comes to the point, oh hang on, they've had an early yellow here. Nah, I just get away with a warning. So if you do let me know, drop it in the comments, and I'll look to change it going forward on the Fergie Way or into the new series that I do. The PC build I'm doing at the moment, it's going to be a modular build. I'm just picking up bits and pieces as I go, so it's not going to be built next week or the week after. Probably something that's going to be ready over the course of the next, month or 2 or 3. Time will tell. But it's something that I want to do just to ensure that I can have Football Manager. As Pogba takes a shot from distance, it's going to land out with Sidibe. Sidibe to Dybala now in the area. Back with Sidibe, tries playing it across to James, doesn't work. Yeah, it's something that I want to build, and I want to know that going forward, certainly as we get close to FM18, I want to be able to run Football Manager with a great load of texture packs, basically having it look as fantastic as possible for you guys. So I can still run 3D, that's the point I'm making. So if you want it, let me know, drop it in the comments. So it's Sanchez now on the edge of the area, Dybala with a shot from distance. It doesn't do too well though. Boyko picks it up nice and easy. But early signs are looking pretty positive. We are away from home, however, we've got 70% of the possession. Bestikas haven't threatened our goal yet, but we know the way FM works, they might only have to threaten once and they can walk away with a win. So we need to grab a couple of goals and try and get ourselves a bit of distance. It would be nice to try and tie this off in the away leg. That way, basically, it can almost guarantee us through to the next round. But yeah, only time will tell us. Dybala's breaking through on goal on rich form at the moment, of course, grabbing 4 goals in the last game against Arsenal. And we hope he's going to carry that form on today, because Dybala, as we know, has been very much an assister in this formation. It's nice to see him grab a few goals. Romagnoli now, Ruben Neves. Neves is maybe looking for Sidibe to get Alaba to get up the wing, but in my opinion, he looked offside anyway. It's Boyko now to Vega, to Ozbiliz, Fabian. Gokaninla tries playing the ball over to Benitez. It does get there, but he basically looks like he just misstepped, ended up having to slow his pace down. Our centre-backs, straight in, like dogs on eat, ball off him. Alaba now into Sanchez in the middle. Sanchez plays it to James. We can see James is sitting a lot deeper in this advanced playmaker support role. It's David Alaba across. Beck gets it clear, only as far as Obelisk though. It's Benitez. Benitez with a searching ball. De Gea comes out to meet it and he does it well. He plays it to Sidibe. Smalling. To David De Gea. I am going to give the guys a little bit of a shout. Tell them that I want a bit more from them passionately. Demand some more. Because at the moment, we've got all the possession. We're having a few shots on target, but it's not affected the score. Oh, wow. Shot out of nowhere. Dybala coming between two defenders, probably 5 yards out of the area. Low drive. It looks like a low drive. We'll see in the replay. But low drive or top corner, I don't care because a goal's a goal. As we see there, it's just on the edge of the D. Yeah, it was a low drive, bottom corner. I forget the goalkeeper's name already, but he wasn't getting there. 1-0, we'll take it. Puts us in a commanding position, gives us an away goal. But let's hope that we can keep them out now. Maybe even add another one. I might even start being a little bit considerate to the fact that we want to win the Champions League, so I may very well try and nick another goal and drop ourselves back a little bit. But at the moment, Bestikas haven't attacked that much as Dybala forces a save from Boyko. And yeah, a corner to be hit by James. James floats it to the edge of the area to Pogba. Pogba will get a shot away, but there's so many men in the area, including Sanchez, who himself was offside. And 40 minutes on the clock. It's all looking positive now as Fabian crosses one in. It's landed with Benitez on the edge of the area, back to Fabian. Hutchinson on the edge, plays it out. It's Osbaliz. He's crossed the ball. They're probably going to score. They have scored 1-1. And they've pretty much hit us with an immediate reply. Something that we didn't want to see. As I say, we wanted to try and grab another goal and try and protect our away goal advantage. Not happened just yet. I mean, bearing in mind these guys have got to come to Old Trafford and try and do this. I'm pretty sure that won't be the case. But we need to set ourselves in the best position possible. Sanchez now, can we hit back instantly? There we go again. Have we won a corner? No. Do you remember I said to you, Dybala, it's 3 times now in the last 3 live comms. He's ended up on a wide position, took a wild shot like he's looking for the far post, and it goes miles out. I mean, for a striker of his calibre, it's a bit surprising to see. But it's Pogba on the ball now to James. Sanchez plays it to Dybala to Rashford. Rashford hit a first-time shot, which really didn't look like there was any need to, but it did end up being in their possession. Now it's Bestikas with Beck up on the right-hand side. Cut out by Sidibe, it's Sanchez. Sanchez gives it Dybala out wide right. He does put a cross into James. James with a shot, but it's cleared out. Well, it wasn't cleared out. Looks like it just slapped someone in the face, but it did land with Fabian. End of the highlight. Heading really close to half-time now. Not even sure if there's going to be another decent chance in this before we get to the whistle. Maybe there is. Fabian over a free kick, puts it over the bar. 1 minute added time before the first half is out. And although I don't think we've performed too badly, I certainly feel that we can do a bit more. So I'm assertively going to tell the guys that we can still win this, keep going, give them a bit of encouragement for a change, because normally I just spend my time kicking their ass. I'm going to tell the guys passionately that I have faith to get the greens, and with a little bit of luck, we've done enough. Now, we are still sat on control. I don't really want to go attacking. This is just the first leg of the fixture. Even if we walked away with a score draw, which we currently already have, it's a good result because we'll have the away goals. We just need to make sure we dominate them at Old Trafford. But I may start looking at making changes. I am just going to give the guys a little bit of an assertive concentrate because I don't want anything crazy going on. We've got a couple of guys on yellow cards as well. So maybe a shout out of keep calm is going to be coming as well. Ball bounces freely to Boyko. They've won the possession back. Their asymmetric sort of situation might be put in jeopardy here because their left winger is in trouble. So once that my tactics have taken place, I want to go in and make sure that we are already tackling him hard, because if we're not doing, we're certainly going to be after this. It's James now to Pogba. Sanchez at the halfway line to Pogba. Pogba with a nice little ball through to James. Dybala to Rashford. Dybala didn't go for the 1-2 though. The ball's out with Sidibe on the right. It's James now on the edge of the area to Pogba. Pogba with a shot from distance. Get in there. There's the second goal we needed. That's given us that 1-goal lead, but I'm reluctant to try and protect it until we've got 2 goals of a gap, really, basically. Sidibe there to James. James just lays it on the plate to Pogba. Pogba just slaps it first time. That one goes top bag. It beats Boyko to his left yet again, and maybe that's his little bit of a weakness. So as I say, just going to go to opposition instructions, and yeah, it's the same guy who was basically already injured before we started the game, so that was a waste of time, wasn't it, Teach? But 47 minutes on the clock. Now we look like we're playing a little bit better. This is straight from the kickoff where we're looking to find another one as Rashford curls one over the bar. They've gone very much more attacking now. They've got 2 players playing up front. They also have 2 holding midfielders in the middle. A little bit more something that we're used to. So I'm hoping that the squad can handle it. It's James to Dybala. Dybala trying to find the byline. He plays one across. Someone just needed to get there. Dybala took a shot. It looked like it came straight back off the post. 55 minutes in, and we seem to be turning the screw. It's Pogba. Pogba with a low drive, but it does go straight to the goalkeeper's hands. 55 minutes in, all looking quite groovy. Osbaliz trying to get on the ball, but it's James now to Ruben Neves. Pogba plays it out on the left to Alaba. Sanchez, forward to Dybala. Dybala puts Rashford in, and that's it. 3-1. We're now going to look to maybe play a little bit more of a defensive game. It's given us a 2-goal gap, but not just a 2-goal gap. It's a 2-goal gap that includes 3 away goals. So, I mean, I would happily take this back to Old Trafford. Maybe have the ability to play a couple of the younger guys in the hope of basically Bestikas not being able to turn us over at what has become a little bit of a fortress. So I would be happy if the scoreline remained the same. But I thought it wasn't going to then. Great free kick from Osbaliz. I think it was saved by David De Gea, but he's too busy scrambling on the floor. It took a defender to come in and clear his lines for him. But thankfully, the result remains the same, but it's Fabian now with a ball over. He's got all the time in the world. Okay, to Benitez, and Jesus fucking Christ. So we're going to go. No, we're not going to go to counter. Sort your life out. There we go. We're going to go to control because all of a sudden it's game on again because Bestikas have managed to grab themselves a second goal. It's 3-2. Benitez manages to put it past De Gea's left. And I get this thought in my mind that Donnarumma had done well. Not just that Donnarumma done well in not conceding many goals, but he pulled off some great saves across them few fixtures since the last episode. And I genuinely wanted to play him, not because it was Bestikas and I felt I could do. I wanted to play him because, well, he'd been playing so bloody well. I'm going to bring on Fosu Mensah for Sanchez. I'm also going to bring on Memphis Depay. We can give him a little bit of fitness. We'll bring him on for Marcus Rashford. Martial on the bench as well, who's been playing well of late, but I'd say his head's been turned a little bit. I do have one sub left to make. I can maybe bring him on for Dybala for the last 5 minutes for a little bit of legs, but it looks like Bestikas are the ones doing all the attacking now. It's Beck out on the right. Alaba wins the ball off him. Can we mount a counter-attacks? Memphis to James. James loses the ball. It's Reyes wins it back. It's Bushel, but Fosu Mensah strips that possession right from him. Sidibe now is going to try and get up the right-hand side. He's only got one man to beat. Comes inside to James. It's Pogba now. Still Pogba to Memphis. Memphis pushes himself out wide left. Alaba on the ball, but he loses out to Osbaliz, who's played out of his skin today for Bestikas. Pogba now. Fosu Mensah. Fosu Mensah sees a gap, runs into it. Boyko manages to save his shot. Quarter of an hour to go, and now I feel like we definitely need to grab another goal. Neves plays it back to De Gea. De Gea clears it forward, but it was dodgy. It really was. I mean, De Gea's always been solid on Football Manager, but this season for him, it's not been his greatest. As James hits a shot, get in there. Another goal from the edge of the area. Should just set all the guys to shoot from distance, because at the moment, it's those shots that are going in. Puts us 4-2, quarter of an hour to go. I'm not going to go defensive, because right now, Bestikas have been a lot better than I anticipated them to be. I know that they're probably just going to go up the other end and nick another goal. Great goal by James. Well done, son. 4-2. And it's basically 10 minutes to go. We just need to try. In fact, it's whittling away even faster. 5 minutes left on the clock now. It's James. Plays it out wide to Sidibe. Sidibe will hit across to Dybala, who arrives at the near post. 5-2. Commanding position. A 3-goal gap. 5 away goals. They've not got no chance, because I know I'm just going to be eating my words in the not too distant future, but 5-2 away from home in the Champions League. In Turkey, I would take that all day long as Dybala arrives at the near post, nods it in. Beautiful, beautiful goal in a cracking spectacle of a game. Olcay plays it back across the box. Dybala's going to try and meet this, and he's not going to get there. Marcelo beats him. Fosu Mensah to Pogba again. James with a shot from a big distance. We win another corner, and I'm surprised it's still going. No, I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised, because there's 30 seconds to go. James swings it towards the back post. Pogba's going to latch onto this. He does do. He hits a shot low from distance outside the edge. Just towards the edge of the area. Smalling gets offside, and this will be the end of the game. Great result. Tentative times at moments when Bestikas were pulling themselves back into it. I am going to tell the lads I'm pretty happy with them. Going to give them some individual team talks too. And that'll do fine. Right then, let's go check out the schedule. We already know who we're going to play, but we'll have a look anyway. So there we go then, guys. Episode 16, all done and dusted. As we know, we were only here to play Bestikas. The next game has got to be against Manchester City. Manchester derby, important game to me. One that I definitely want to win, and in particular with the way the league's looking, Tottenham are keeping on the march. I've not told you this, but basically they've not lost a game yet, and then they've played big teams. Manchester City and Arsenal are recent casualties that basically have fell at the feet of Tottenham Hotspur, so they're doing pretty well. So it's 3 points that we need to win. So if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave a like on it. You guys are smashing it lately. I never really set like targets. I might start doing it. I don't think I need to because you guys are just fucking awesome anyway. Don't forget I asked a question at the beginning about 3D, 2D. Let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments. If you're new around here, don't forget to drop a sub so you can keep up to date with everything on the Fergie Way. And other than that, guys, I hope to see you in tomorrow night's episode. I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.